loving you, Nascar.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time, my name is Debbie. If you have been watching and you're still thinking about whether to subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Today I quickly want to talk about something. It's a thing that has inflicted our community for a very long time. This happens every time, but I think social media kind of put it in front of all of us and we kind of see what it is, because this thing has been going on forever. But I think in Nigeria, government need to put a law in place, something very concrete and serious, so that all these pedophiles are going to take this thing serious. Because if something is not done, people are waking up. Some parents wouldn't mind to spend the rest of their life in prison for defending their children. I don't know when this happened, but all I could say is I saw this on Instagram and it's something that I always talked about with my friends. Sometimes some of them call me paranoid. I keep telling them these things happen every now and then. Parents need to wake up. A lot of times we need to see it for what it is. I want you to watch this video of this little girl that her mother was doing the interview. It breaks my heart, because this little girl is just 4 years old, and I want you to watch how this woman narrated a little bit of the story of how a 4-year-old was taken advantage of by somebody she looked up to.
This school owner that raped my daughter, Elias, he took me to also one chemist. I said, this is the chemist you are taking me to. He said, yes, this is the chemist. And she now dropped me in the chemist. When I got there, I met a woman. A woman is the owner of the chemist. I said, this is a woman. I cannot know what is wrong with this, my daughter. Don't make you to drop me here. Let's go to the hospital. He said, no, the woman opened my daughter. Everywhere was injury. The woman was just here. 4 years old cannot do this thing. He said, mother, just give her pain relief. He gave me ampicillin and one white tablet. It's a vitamin C. I said, this can heal this thing. He said, the woman said, 18 naira. He gave the woman 100 naira. He said, the woman said I should go and be using hot water. I said, this kind of injury, I cannot use hot water. When we got home, after 3 days, I keep asking this guy, if you know that it's not this, because I know the injury is too much, tell me the truth. Because if I say who done it, we'll be looking at the teacher and be doing like this.
Can you imagine the audacity? He even took them to a chemist by himself. And the chemist, I'm surprised that he didn't even ask necessary questions about treating this girl. He just offered some medication for this girl and was even telling the mother, because the mother wanted to take the child to the hospital, he was telling the mother that there's no need to go to the hospital, that the mother should just go home and use hot water on her private part. I don't get it. And this mother, I don't know, she knew something is going on. Why can't she face her fear and confront this pedophile, this idiot? You can't leave your child in the care of a teacher and not ask questions when you have something that needs to be questioned. That's what I don't understand. See, parents, no matter what, even if people will call you paranoid, even if people will call you crazy, you need to ask questions. You need to ask your children questions. And she was saying that whenever she asked the child looked at the teacher and looked down. That says something, which means the woman noticed something is going on. How come she did not confront this teacher earlier enough? I don't know whether the case has gone to the police or something. I believe it should be at the police station right now, because you can see is a lot of reporters trying to ask questions from this woman, and I guess that the case has gone to the police. That's why it's at that stage. It's just so painful to see your child go through something like this, especially in the hands of people that you put them in. What kind of sick individual will look at a 4-year-old and take advantage of them, rape them, do all sort of nasty things to this kind of child, and they call him a teacher? What kind of useless teacher is that? Sometimes I do ask my kids, if they are telling me, oh, I don't like this teacher, despite this thing is taken so serious here in the UK, I still question them. I still ask them, even about their mates, about their teachers, about everything. There should be an education in place for some of parents that are not very literate with their way of thinking, because this thing happened. You could see the private part of your daughter has been destroyed. I don't think you should go to a chemist or anything. The best place to go is a police station, even though the police station in Nigeria is so messed up that when you go there and this man was arrested, if he could spend money, they don't take people's life serious. And I think government need to take this thing serious. Seriously, it's getting out of hand. It happens a lot, but now everybody is waking up, and I think government need to wake up to this as well. This guy is not a celebrity. Nobody is actually talking about it. This thing happens every now and then. Please, parents, talk to your children, no matter how young they are. I have a 3-year-old now. I always talk to her, even though she hardly understands so many things I talk to her about. There is this other story as well, which is related to this, even though this girl is still very young as well, and this old man took advantage of her. I don't care based on what, whether he gives her money or he didn't give her money. I want you guys to watch this as well. Then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary, because this is actually in Yoruba language. If you don't understand Yoruba language, I will try and summarize the story after you watch.
Baba tó lórúkọ yín? John Awolowo. Ọmọ olúbo ni yín? Ọmọ Àdínà pa. Ẹ tó ọmọdún mélòó bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá?
Wọ́n bí mi 1944.
Wọ́n ní 1944. Iṣẹ́ kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe?
Iṣẹ́
Ọdẹ ìbílẹ̀ àbí? Ọdẹ ìbílẹ̀? Níbo lẹ ti ṣe iṣẹ́ ọdẹ náà? Olúgbọ́n ti bo? Olúgbọ́n hotel l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́. Ọdún mélòó ti wà ńbẹ̀ bàbá? Ọdún méje. Níbi tí àwọn fìjìláńtẹ́ ti mú yín, kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ń bẹ̀?
Oko mọ̀ dáńbẹ̀.
Oko lẹ̀ ń dáńbẹ̀. Àwọn ilé tẹ́ kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn ń kọ́? Àwọn ilé tẹ́ kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn ilé kékèké tẹ́ kọ́ sí kílẹ̀ fi ń ṣe?
Ilé adìẹ ni mò ń sin bí adìẹ ní ìsun bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀ ń ṣe díẹ̀ ń bẹ̀? Ibẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí máa ń wẹ̀?
Mo ní ilé wẹ̀.
Ibẹ̀ tí ń dáná?
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ok. Àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n wá sọ́dọ̀ yín, tí wọ́n wá sọ́dọ̀ yín, tí wọ́n wá ṣe lọ́dọ̀ yín?
Wọ́n máa kiri ọjà wá, wọ́n pọ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Wọ́n máa kiri ọjà wá.
Wọ́n máa kiri ọjà wá, wọ́n kiri wá?
Oríṣiríṣi wọ́n máa kiri mọ́ngòrò, ọsàn, gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n máa kiri.
Iṣẹ́ dámọ̀ ẹ̀ mọ̀?
Mọ̀mọ́.
Bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dámọ̀?
Òun bẹ́sikẹ́ tí mo ra bẹ́sikẹ́.
Omi kí ni?
Bẹ́sikẹ́.
Wàrà bẹ́sikẹ́. Bọ́ọ̀lù kí lẹ ṣe fún bàbá? Kí ni àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà lára ẹ̀ méjèèjì?
Ẹ̀mí lẹ́tí ti bá sùn.
Ẹ̀mẹ́jì lẹ́tí bá sùn. Màtẹ́ bá sùn kí lẹ̀ fi ṣe, kí lẹ̀ fi àtọ̀ rẹ̀ ṣe? Kí lẹ̀ fi ojú ara rẹ̀ ṣe? Ojú ara ọmọ yẹn ṣe? Ojú ara rẹ̀.
Kí lẹ̀ fi ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá sùn? Èló lẹ́yìn fún tẹ́ bá bá sùn tán?
Iye ọba ló wà lọ́wọ́ mi.
Ìjọ àkọ́kọ́ tẹ́ bá sùn èló lẹ́ fún? Bàbá èló lẹ́ fún ìjọ àkọ́kọ́ tẹ́ bá sùn?
Mo fún múrí márùn.
Ìjọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ńkọ́?
Múrí márùn.
Múrí márùn lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ èló lẹ́ fún lákọ̀ọ́kọ́?
Náà ni mo sọ yìí.
Kí lẹ sọ? Èló lẹ́ fún lájọ́ àkọ́kọ́?
Múrí márùn.
Ìjọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ńkọ́?
Múrí márùn.
Sẹ́ẹ̀ ní irú ọmọ yìí tẹ́ fi ń bá sùn? Kí ló dé tẹ́ fi wá ń bá ọmọ yìí sùn? Kí lẹ lérò?
Kẹ́rí wí tòótọ́.
Àní kí lẹ rí tẹ́ fi ń bá ọmọ yìí sùn? Ìdí ẹ rí tẹ́ ẹ rò tẹ́ fi ń bá ọmọ yìí sùn ìlà fẹ́ kẹ́ sọ. Bàbá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ má pè ìyàwó yín pẹ́ fẹ́ ilẹ̀ fi ń bá sùn.
Bàbá
ṣé bá sọ wọn bá sùn ni àbò ní nǹkan tẹ́ ní bá sọ̀rọ̀.
Mo ní nǹkan tàbí o.
Bàbá ṣé ẹ gbà pé ẹsẹ̀ sófin àbẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ sófin ìfúnjọba ẹ gbà pé ẹsẹ̀ sófin ìjọba àbẹ́ gbà pé ẹsẹ̀ sófin ìjọba.
àṣẹ sófin.
ẹsẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ̀yin mélòó.
ẹsẹ̀ sófin ìwé àwọn
ẹ̀yin mélòó lẹ́sẹ̀.
ẹ̀yin mélòó.
àṣẹ sófin.
kí lórúkọ yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
John Awólọ́wọ̀.
John Awólọ́wọ̀ ẹ gbà níwájú nínú ọ́fíìsì àfijàdé pé ẹsẹ̀ sófin ìjọba wípé ẹ rẹ́pù ọmọ ọdún 11 àbẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ́pù ẹ̀ ń bá sùn ni.
ṣé ẹ bá sùn ni. ẹ bá sùn.
For people that does not understand Yoruba, let me quickly summarize the story for you. This man was being questioned about him having sexual intercourse with an 11-year-old girl. They were asking him that, what are you doing to this girl? What is your job? When were you born? And this man said he was born in 1944, which makes him a 75-year-old man. And he's having a sexual intercourse with an 11-year-old girl. They also ask him that where does he meet the girl and how does it come about that he's having sexual interaction at all with the girl. She said the girl asks cheese, and there are some other people that comes like that asks fruits, so many other things. And they said, Baba, do you know that this thing you are having with this girl is called rape? And he said, no, it's not rape. I don't know whether I should say this man is acting ignorant or he's just ignorant of what is going on. And they also asked him whether he's using the girl for voodoo or whatever, and he said no, because the man said he is a night guard and also a farmer. So he said no, he's not using the girl for voodoo. And they asked him, then why are you raping the girl? He said no, he's not raping the girl, he's just having a sexual relation with her. And it seems to me like this man is just like clueless, or he's just acting ignorant, or he's just entirely stupid. Because how can you be having a sexual relations at all with someone that is young enough to be your great-granddaughter? Because if you look at it, this girl can be his granddaughter. That's the way I see it. Because I don't understand, what if this guy is your granddaughter? Would you do the same thing? Because sometimes I try to go into people's mind, into their brain, and try to think about what were they thinking. But it seems like they are not thinking at all. Their brain is in that thing under their pants. Because how could you be having sexual interaction at all with an 11-year-old and you seems that it's all right, it's okay, there's nothing there? This guy is an underage, for God's sake. And how could you? And they also asked him that, what do you do with the girl? He just said, oh, I give her money. And they asked, how much do you give the girl? He said it depends on how much he has at the time. Whenever they have the intercourse, that usually, I think he said he gave the girl 100 naira twice. And 100 naira, if you want to know, is like £2 50 thereabout. Ridiculous. See, I don't know how to put this, because a lot of this thing, I would say, it falls back on the parent. Because the mother of this child, you put market on this girl's health to be hawking. Does that put enough food on the table, or do you put the future of this girl in jeopardy? See, this thing happens a lot of times. I come from Nigeria. I live in Ibadan all my life. There is a lot of this kind of thing going on in different areas in Ibadan or Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria. This happens every now and then. You will see a girl selling bread, and you see some guys, they will call her, I want to buy bread. Before you know it, they dragged her in, they rape her. A lot of times, this kind of situation, they don't report because at the end of the day, they victimize the victim. That is why a lot of these cases are not reported. And I think government need to put a strict law in place for every perpetrators, whether rich or poor. there should be a law that is going to work for both, because the problem we have in Nigeria is that the rich get away with everything while the poor suffers most. Everybody needs to be judged the same way, whether rich or poor. I pray the Lord will help us to know how to speak to our children and not speak at them. It's so easy for parents to get carried away, thinking we are in the position of authority, but at the same time, it's always good to listen to them, talk to them, let them be very, very comfortable. Because I know a lot of times, if we can bring ourselves down to the level of these kids, I think they can also level up with us and be able to open onto us, say out their feelings, show them love, irrespective of whatever it is. Let them know love. Let them really understand what love is in your home, so that they don't look for it outside. I just pray God is going to give this little girl the grace to not think about this trauma for the rest of her life. Same thing with this 11 years old, because she doesn't seem to understand or have a clue of what is going on. May the Lord continue to keep and guide our children, because this thing can happen to boys as well. So if you have boys, don't think, oh, it's okay, my child cannot be molested. Any child can be molested. Any child can get raped. I pray to not happen to our children, and we should try as well to be speaking to them. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you really enjoyed this video and think you have learned something, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with people. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.
Loving you.